Yeah, what's going on? It's Solomon King coming at y'all from Esoteric Minds Media. Shit, hope everybody having a good day today. You know what I mean? You gotta make every day better than the last. You know what I mean? Each minute better than the last. If you get where I'm coming from. But big shout out to the ones that's been doing the work. You know what I mean? That's really been doing the work because that's what brought me on this topic right here. I want to talk on. And last night we had a podcast and it got deep. You know what I mean? But I think kind of focused on triggers, right? So it's like this here. I got to thinking, you know, and has anybody ever noticed, like, when you focus on triggers and when you seeing a lot of stuff that talk about triggers, it's always like you're trying to see what triggers you negatively. You know, you're always looking for that negative trigger. What make you mad? What make you feel this way, that way? But it's negative. You see what I'm saying? And the more we focus on those triggers, it always seems to pop up in our reality to test that field. You see what I'm saying? If you understand, like whatever you focus on, dude, it manifests in your reality. And I noticed this in my time of doing triggers. You know, I focus on a certain trigger. I focus on what triggers this. I focus on what triggers that, and how it triggers this. And all of a sudden, it's just a situation will pop up where that exact trigger will be activated. You see, because shit, what you think about too long and what you focus on and what you feel, and then when you speak on it, that shit manifests in your reality. You know what I mean? Regardless if you noticed it or not, I guarantee you it happens to everybody. You see what I'm saying? Because we focus on what triggers that emotion, and you think about it first, then you feel a certain way about it, and then when you speak, it's gonna manifest in your physical reality. You see what I'm saying? So that's like you gotta understand the realms of reality. You gotta understand certain things. You know what I mean? And here you go in the physical. Next thing you know, it's triggering you physically. You going through that physical feel. It can hurt, you know, and all this and that, but it's always negative, you know. And I got to thinking, right, because all triggers ain't bad. Because you do have things that trigger the exact opposite emotion of anything negative. You know, I'm pretty sure you remember something that triggered that emotion of miracles, that triggered that emotion of joy, that triggered that emotion of happiness, that triggered that emotion of love. You see, all positive triggers. You see, we so and you can do your research if you don't, because I had to do mine. You see, and when you do your research, no matter where you go all the way down to freaking memes. You know, I don't understand memes. I this thing with memes and people, but hey, but it's on a lower vibrational scale. You want something that triggers that lower, you know, that lower vibrational field. Like how long you want to stay stuck on those type of triggers. You should already know. You know what I mean? It's like if the same, it's the field is gonna always be the same. So you don't have to keep focusing on what's gonna trigger it. You see, look at what we live in. You see what I'm saying? Try to focus on something or think of something that triggers a positive emotion, a day or something, a gesture a person did, because it's the same thing that person, place, or thing did to you to trigger a negative emotion. It's the same thing, person, place, or thing that triggered a positive emotion in one part time in your life. You see what I'm saying? So I got to thinking about all that, you know, like and it's the truth. We why not focus on something that set a positive emotion and see what the outward manifestation gonna show you. You know what I mean? Because if it pops up in your life, that's gonna trigger that emotion. Be it person, place, I think it's gonna trigger that emotion of anger, that sadness, that resentment, and all this and that. Why not focus on something that's gonna pop up in your reality because it's gonna do it. You see what I'm saying? That's joyful. That's that trigger of miracles. That's that trigger of faith, love, and all that. Try it for real. And I call it the reverse trigger. You see what I'm saying? Um, and it's just for people that's doing the work. You see, let's just try it and see what it gets us. Because we got to. You know what I mean? Whether you know it or not. If and this for people that's doing the work that really understand why we doing this. You know what I mean? That's understanding universal laws. The law of attraction is one of them. You know what I mean? That's really doing it. So let's work on those positive triggers. You feel me? And let's see how far that's gonna get us, and let's see what we gonna start seeing out here in this world. Real shit. I love y'all, man. Be cool. Get back at me. Let me know if you like it. Shit, Solomon King on Facebook and shit. Like, share, subscribe on YouTube. You know what I mean? But think about that for a second. Let's try to reverse these triggers. Focus on something that's the complete opposite of that original negative feel. You see, let's start bringing in some good shit. All right, y'all.